Why did Meghan snub Harry's spare? Her diabolical plot was foiled by the royal insiders. Aides fear the disappearing act by the Duchess of Sussex is to secure her even more power during Harry's negotiations with Charles over the coronation. Hello and a very warm welcome to Kate Middleton and the Queen News YouTube channel. It was Meghan herself who publicly said that her relationship with her husband Prince Harry was like salt and pepper. She insisted we always move together. Well, right now it looks like that's not entirely true. In 2023, it looks like that strategy has gone right down the toilet as Meghan is letting Harry deal all by himself in public with the massive backlash that's been prompted by his egotistical, immature, nasty, and divisive autobiography Spare, which of course he wrote to try to destroy the reputation of his own brother, the future king, and also start the process of destroying the British monarchy as we know it. I'm hearing that Meghan was privately supportive of Harry during the writing of the book, and she was so involved with it too. We know she was. She loves this scorched earth strategy when it comes to the royal institution and the British media. But apparently publicly there has been an interesting change in tone. We've got a quote that seems to have come from somebody who is close to the couple. So a source spoke with the Daily Telegraph of Meghan's view of Spare, saying this was about his own life, his own journey, and his own perspective. Now, the newspaper is one of the few British publications with which Meghan and Harry still have a working relationship, and they also reported that Meghan was worried about whether or not it was the right move. So what in the world is really going on here? It seems difficult to believe that all of a sudden Meghan has decided that publicly trashing her husband's family is a big error, considering that's precisely what she has done for the past, 2 or 3 years now? And aside from the specific rolling back of claims the royal family is racist, Spare just continues this narrative that Meghan began in her infamous interview with Oprah, much of which has been proven to be lies. So Meghan is said to be privately thrilled that many of the previously hidden and publicly damaging claims about Prince William's behavior, particularly the alleged physical attack against Harry during her time in the royal family, have now been made public for everyone to know. And that's why, contrary to any suggestion of disunity between Meghan and Harry, royal family insiders are now worried there is a much more evil motivation behind Meghan's silence. People are worried that by laying low, by keeping out of the fight around Spare and not making any comment on what it contains, Meghan may be setting herself up to be a power broker in likely forthcoming negotiations between Harry and King Charles over his possible attendance at the king's coronation in May. But apparently Prince William is very concerned about this type of approach, and rightly so. He thinks that his younger brother might cause the internationally significant event to stage a really damaging stunt. And these fears are not based in paranoia. They are very well founded, particularly after Harry so recently told his close friend, Brienne Gordon, in an increasingly crazy interview that for relations to heal with his family, he said, "What I'd really like is some accountability." And he also added that he expects an apology to my wife. I mean, when we consider things in this context, it looks like it is Meghan who holds the key to making Harry happy and also granting Charles his wish of family unity on his important day. And that's a situation that Meghan is just going to revel in. After all, the mattress actress wasn't very happy when courtiers, probably at the behest of senior members of the royal family, seemed to cut her out of the Brexit negotiations by holding the Sandringham summit. And they did that when she had gone back to Canada to take care of her alleged young son Archie. One royal insider said Meghan's silence around Spare seems highly strategic. She can now appear to be the peacemaker while making it very clear to her husband what concessions they will need before they agree to attend the coronation. She's put herself in a position where it's now almost impossible to circumvent her. But make no mistake, Meghan still wants to cause the ultimate damage to the royal family. Her fingerprints were all over the Netflix series, which even questioned the role of the Commonwealth, the life's work of Her late Majesty. There's no trust there anymore, but what choice does anyone have if Charles is determined to have them both there? And the thing about it is, we know Meghan's going to be there no matter what. If she's not there physically, she will be there because she's inside of Harry's head. It doesn't seem like he's capable of forming a thought all by himself now. And Charles is seeming very weak lately. We already know he hates confrontation. But unless he understands just how much is at stake here, the very future of the monarchy, he's going to risk losing everything just to appease Meghan Markle. Is he really so blind to Meghan's motivations? If so, I'm afraid he shouldn't be king. And I'm worried that this is a mistake the new king is making. If he's learned anything from the past 2 months, it has to be that Harry and Meghan are on a mission to ruin the royal family and the monarchy as a whole, and negotiation is simply not going to work with people like them. It looks like Charles is painting himself into a corner for really no good reason. It's almost as if he wants his coronation to be a very painful event for him. So no, Charles, do not accommodate the two of them. It's only going to make more trouble. And in a service that is focused on service, loyalty, and the best of the UK, why would he invite somebody who has so much hatred for his own family? Now, maybe the king doesn't care about himself, but he at least needs to care about his wife and his older son, William. I mean, to subject the two of them to the most toxic of bile from Harry, in the position of having to be face to face with Meghan and Harry at the coronation, that is unnecessary, and it's also incredibly cruel. And after seeing everything that has gone on, including Meghan's bullying of royal staff, the idea that William would want any part in apologizing to Meghan and Harry is absurd. Charles is playing a very risky game by allowing Welby, who has obviously fallen under Meghan and Harry's spells, to hold this position of power. In the past, he said of Meghan, she's a person of profound humanity and deep concern for people, seeking to carry out her role with every ounce of her being, and I think she's a remarkable person. Yeah, whatever. Meghan is actually an incredibly selfish person. Now, deep concern, well, she's got deep concern to get revenge on anybody who gets in her way. To believe that Harry and Meghan not attending the proceedings is going to overshadow everything would be a severe miscalculation. I think William's worry is that Meghan and Harry don't feel they have anything to lose right now, and so they're perfectly happy to hijack the national moment of celebration for their own hidden agendas. Charles and the rest of the family welcomed Meghan and Harry with open arms during the funerals of both Prince Philip and the late Queen. They were so welcoming during the Platinum Jubilee celebrations, and then what did Meghan and Harry do? Well, they just used that access to reveal even more nasty private details in their commercial endeavors. It's high time for the royal family to wise up to Meghan and Harry's strategy and understand there is imminent danger in Meghan's silence. Of course, we don't know exactly why she's being so quiet, but we know it is for her own benefit. And I guess she also wasn't needed during interviews because let's remember, she was there during the 2 years that it took to compile the book. Or maybe what's going on is Meghan really is living up to her claims that she's this empathetic, compassionate person. Maybe she's trying to contact her poor father and his family, and maybe her mother's family too. Maybe she is finally trying to apologize and ask for their forgiveness. It just looks like Charles does not fully understand his role and his responsibilities. It looks like he's ignoring what the people want. I think William is a lot more in touch with people's perceptions, and he's being much more realistic too. I mean, how is it that this one narcissistic actress has been able to do so much harm to the life's work of a really rare and amazing woman, let alone the history of kings and queens of the UK for over 1,000 years? I mean, she can try her best, but in the end, they're going to win. See, all Meghan and Harry really do with all their attacks is strengthen the public view of the monarchy. And you, what do you think about them? Please tell me what you think below in the comments section. If you think our videos are useful, please remember to like and share them with your friends and relatives who would enjoy them. And don't forget to subscribe to Kate Middleton and the Queen News YouTube channel to get more updates in the future. Now thank you so much for watching, goodbye, and I'll be back to see you all in the next videos.